He's born ready.
Are we back?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's that part where Jamie messed up and like he has to redo the whole live stream and edit it in post.
No, it's totally fine. So, welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Stick With It, your one-stop shop for all things drums.
Drums.
So on today's episode, we have
our special feature guest, AJ Chiarella.
The only beat I know how to play.
The skanky. If you're still moshing into your counter at home, you may want to take a short break. How long have you been playing drums?
I started playing. I got my first kit for Christmas when I was 12.
Oof.
But it was a USA drums kit. I think it was like a Tama, Tama beginner thing, but it didn't even say Tama on it. Like, the guy at the music store was just like, yeah, Tama makes these, but like they don't even put their name. But it was like it was this same setup. The snare, 2 toms, and I remember when I was the first time I played drums was in John Sepa's basement, and his dad brought out a kit because we used to jam in his basement when he lived on Rumsey Road. It was before he lived here even.
Yeah.
And his dad brought a kit that it was his grandpa's kit, because John's grandpa was a jazz drummer, and the kit was just a snare, a kick, and a rack tom. But then Big John, had his floor tom from his old kit because he also played drums for a little bit when he was like younger. So he had that kit and we would just jam on it, and mainly like we would play, like John would play bass, I would play guitar, and sometimes John's dad would play drums.
Oh shit.
But then we would like watch him play and like pick up little things. And then I really honestly I remember like sitting at the drums for the first time ever at probably 11 or 12. I don't really remember. But like watching this and like just being able to do it. Like I remember like it was like really, really natural that for me.
That's
like,
cool.
Like I just picked up the sticks and I was like able to do this from watching it. So all the drumming I ever did was just by like watching and listening, basically like learning it. Like I just always just listened to watch it. It was pretty, like it was, I remember my parents getting me the drum set being like, oh my God, he's going to learn another instrument. Cause I was obsessed with the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And then them setting it up in the living room and me sitting at the drum kit on Christmas morning and like playing something. I don't remember what I played, but I was like I could do that stuff. And they were like, oh, you can like play it already. Like, they were super surprised because they were like, oh, wait, like he already knows how to play this.
How long at this point were you playing guitar?
Like 2 years, but like when
you had an ear for music at this point.
Dude, 10 to 14, I played guitar like 6 hours a day, probably. You know, like I was playing guitar by the time I started playing the drums. Like I was like able to play a bunch of stuff on the guitar.
Yeah.
Already. So like I had a pretty good idea of like music and stuff, but it was a pretty natural thing for me.
Yeah, it's really interesting to hear you talk about like what because you know when I met you and when we were playing music together, you were what, like 12, 13, maybe like right, and so I was always really surprised about the style of music that you listened to because you were so young, and it was stuff like Iron Maiden and fucking Sonic Youth.
Yeah,
you know,
that was from my dad.
Yeah, but for me as a young man, I was very confused as to how somebody younger than me was listening to something that was like, you know, twice our age.
Yeah.
Right. So like, what were you playing drums to? Like, was it the same kind of stuff? Were you listening to other things at that point?
So, all right, this is a good start. Me and John used to have, like, how we used to record. We used to record our band practices. And our band practices started as me playing guitar, him playing drums. Me playing guitar, him playing bass. Sometimes his dad would play drums. Then he started playing drums, John.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he started playing drums, and we would record. We had, those, like, karaoke machines with the little TV screens that you could get at the... I had one and he also had one, and we would put cassette tapes in them, and we had the one karaoke mic that came with it, and we would just put it in the room, and we would like play, and the vocals would always be a lot louder than everything else because I would sing into the mic, and then everything else behind it was getting picked up from the mic. So we had cassette tapes where we would have band practice and be like, "Yo, we got to record this song." But the songs we were playing, like I remember the songs we were playing on that tape because we would play the same song like 5 times on the same tape. Sometimes if we messed it up, we would do it again. And so like you would listen to the tape and it'd be the same song 5 times. We had a couple of songs we wrote. We definitely had like Green Day on there. Like we were doing like American Idiot and Hitchin' a Ride. I remember specifically those 2 songs. Fat Lip by Sum 41.
Yes.
Definitely did some AC/DC on there. And then we had some like original shit that we wrote. And then we had like the first show we ever played, he played drums and I played guitar, and that was it. Like it was just us 2. And we played American Idiot, and we played a punk version of we just took the words from the Good Burger movie. I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes, and we made that a song. But like that was the kind of stuff like we would. When you asked me playing drums wise, like we would just switch, dude. Like he would just like he would do like he would be like, we'd take turns. And I'd be like, I'm gonna sit on the drums and now I'm gonna try and play American Idiot. And then like so we would just be like going back playing the same songs kind of over and over. Like okay, we're gonna play this Red Hot Chili Peppers song, but like I get to play drums now, or you get to play drum. Like we were just going back and forth and just learning together essentially.
That's really cool. That sounds like a lot of fun too.
Yeah, dude, that shit. I played all the sports growing up, and then once I found that, I stopped doing all of this because I was like, I don't care about any of this anymore. I just want to play guitar and drums.
Yeah. Didn't we play? I feel like we were on the same Colts Club baseball team.
No, I never played for Colts Club.
Okay.
I was always at Bryn Mawr. And North Yonkers. I was in North Yonkers.
Yeah, fuck Colts Club, bro. I played for the cool team.